It's the designer DKG, founder of Splash by DKG, and I decided to let you guys in on some behind the scenes of how I get to these amazing, dope designs that you see people all over the place making a splash with. So, let's tie-dye this shirt. Right now it's just like this plain dark denim, which is a nice indigo color, but it has no pop to it, no splash. So let's add that to the shirt. So for this video, you really don't even need that much. You just need some personality, some style, some rubber bands, of course, some water, and your good old bleach. And it doesn't even have to be Clorox or expensive bleach or anything like that. Most of mine comes from the dollar store. And the rubber bands are also like $1, and water is, free. But you do need a shirt. It doesn't have to be an expensive denim shirt or anything like that. You can get it from the thrift store. If you do get it from the thrift store, you may want to wash it, because sometimes when you bleach a thrifted shirt that's kind of old, it doesn't turn really white. It's more like a tan, brownish thing. So if you do get one new, there's advantages to that, but I would go really cheap. Just make sure it's like a good, sturdy, quality denim. And so I've gotten so good that I do it this way. So I go ahead and put the rubber band around my hand. I take a bunch, and I normally try to fill up my fist. And you see I'm just grabbing from all ends that are going in the rubber band, and then I just begin to tie it. My trick is to always go at least 3 to 4 times around with the rubber band. Like I said, there is a kind of like a method to this. So also I use, to get like a really cool design where you have big pops and little pops, I use the thicker rubber bands and the thinner ones, and I just use them simultaneously. So I use the bigger one for the first one, so I'll use the smaller one on the second one. And you can just continue to do the same thing. And like I said, just make sure you go all around the corners, making sure you've grabbed a pretty much even amount on each side. And I went around 4 times, so let's just say 4 times. And I will continue to do this until till my whole shirt is tied up. And there's a method to the sleeves, because you can have some like big blocks of denim if you're not careful to continue to pull around. And you can also, after you have it banded, you can still kind of play around with it a little bit. But so as you can see, we've got everything banded up, and the only thing that's hanging out now at this point is the sleeves. So to get these very even, again, I'm going to go ahead and put that rubber band around my hand, and I'm just going to take a small section. You don't really know which, well, I guess you can know which side is the back with the side with the buttons, but I just go ahead and do the turning method through the whole thing. As I'm grabbing it up, I just continue to turn it around and around. That way I know that I'm going to have a nice tie-dye design on both sides of the sleeve that I'm banding up. So if I start it on the top with this one, and I try to even flip it around. So this time, just make your grips. Turn that thing left to right. All right, so now this is what you should have in your hand. Nice, even, banded up denim shirt. So now it's time to put this in our bleach and water mixture. So let's go over to the next step. All right, so we have our shirt, we have our bucket, we have our bleach, and the water will come out of here. So the first thing I do is take this shirt and I wet it up. Make sure it's wet. And you may want to turn the water down so it doesn't get all over you. So I go ahead and put the whole thing in there. And I use just as much water as I did bleach, by the way. So I've learned to just kind of let it run, but it's equivalent to another gallon of water. I mean, this is a gallon of bleach, and it would be a gallon of water. Okay, so after letting this sit outside for a couple of hours in the sun in our bleach and water mixture, you should have, it should look like this, which it will still lighten up just a little bit more after we wash it. All right, so pretty much rinse this really good with cold water. All right, so we got all of the rubber bands off, and let's just go ahead now. We can do a warm rinse. And just like that, so if you followed those steps of banding it the correct way, using an even amount under each rubber band, tying it at least 3 to 4 times around, used enough bleach, enough water, let it sit out in the sun, or just let it soak for a few hours, and make sure you checked on it like consistently. So like at least if you use a gallon of bleach, I would check on it every 10 minutes. Every 10 to 20 minutes, give it a go check on it. If y'all like this video, definitely send me comments, DM me, whatever. You can find me all over on all platforms at Splash by DKG. It's right here on my shirt. Remember, I'm the splash expert, so you should come to me with all things tie-dye and all things textiles and prints, period. As you can see, all of my wonderful, well, a lot of my wonderful work behind me. I am the designer DKG, and never forget that. So yeah. I want to see how y'all rock this shirt. I want to see how it looked. I want to hear how the process was for you. Let me know what else you'd like to see, how I can improve the content that I'm putting out. This is something that I would love to do more and more and more. So let me know your thoughts. Keep it cute. And then I'll see you next time. And remember, www.splashbydkg.com is the website. I have